competing, just locking in, focusing on what needs to be done, coming together as a team, camaraderie.
What did you learn about yourselves during those 2 days?
We learned a lot, just like coming together, chemistry, everybody being as one, really, honestly, just being together through adversity, through everything, the good times and the bad times.
Marcus, how much did you need a game like this tonight?
I wouldn't necessarily say I needed a game
No,
like that.
everybody.
Oh,
All you guys,
everyone.
not just you.
We needed this bad, knowing that Christmas break is right now, and we wanted to go on Christmas break happy, not going in feeling sorry for ourselves, knowing that we had a dub going into the Virginia game.
Marcus, did you see some things early that you could get in the lane?
Yeah. Obviously, the coaches told me before. This was going to be a game for me to get in the lane and play off 2 feet and find my teammates, or find a shot for myself. And I kind of saw it a little later in the first half, but obviously, I got adjusted to it, and then it was good for me.
Marcus, offensively, what changed as a whole for you guys in the second half?
Uh, we just came together. We had halftime. We were all talking to each other. This is one of the first times that we were all speaking instead of not just being quiet, waiting for Coach Shrewsberry to talk. And I feel like our team camaraderie has gotten a lot better over the past couple of weeks. And going into the second half, Coach Shrewsberry told us we needed to get stops and we needed to get a score, and that's what we did.
Tay, how did you guys handle everything that happened on Tuesday with not only the loss, but with Micah saying what he said as far as he needed to find guys that needed to compete. If you didn't want to compete, you can go to the transfer portal. Like, when Coach is that mad, how do you compartmentalize that and say, Coach is pissed, but we still got to go win a game on Friday?
I mean, we all committed here to him, you know what I'm saying? So, that's our guy. No matter what, we stand 10 toes behind him. You know what I mean? And he stand 10 toes behind us. He want what's best for us. You know what I'm saying? And we want what's best for the team. So, it got us to come together. You know what I'm saying? And just like when we hit adversity, go after it. You know what I'm saying? And try to do what's better. What we should have did better instead of, bumping heads and different things like that. We came together and, working out for the better for us.
So as angry as he was, how angry were you guys? Like, we got to be better than what we showed.
100%. Yeah, we were angry for sure, 100%. That's something that is unexcusable. But bounce back, try to be better in the future. That's all we can pretty much do. So that's what we're gonna try to do moving forward.
Tay, it became a one-possession game with under 2 minutes left on the brink of the fourth straight loss, but you guys stayed in control and eventually came out with a win. How did that fire burning from that 3 straight losses help you guys take this one?
Then again, like especially like with the losses, it's brought us together really. So that's even like circling in huddles. Everybody's speaking, everybody's talking. What do you see? What does the next man see? You know what I'm saying? And coming together to make each possession count. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we try to do and learn from the losses.
Like, just proud of our guys for how we came together. Pretty short turnaround, but a pretty emotional last game. And we really leaned on each other. And I think that was the big thing. We talked about, like, who are we when things get tough? And that's what basketball is. It's a game of runs. And how you react to those runs, how you handle those runs, good or bad, usually determines who you are as a team. So just proud of us coming together as a group. It was good to see.
What did you see tonight that you needed to see from this team after what happened Tuesday?
Just our togetherness, right? Like it was. Wednesday was a tough day, but it was a needed day. Like I told those guys, like I really failed them, because you start getting into so much stuff when the games start, right? You're worried about preparing for games, right? You're worried about your own team and like how we're executing, what sets do we have in, like what defenses do we have in. And I let go of our foundation. Like we didn't have any foundation. We had to really take it all the way back to day one and talk about our culture, talk about our values, and what we lean on when things get tough. And I thought that, like, there were some tough conversations that were had on Wednesday, but like we didn't practice at all. We walked through, we got ready for the game, and then Thursday they came out with incredible spirit. And then like our shoot around today, like I just stopped it. I was like, man, I got a bunch more stuff I wanted to do today, but it was as energetic a shoot around as we've had. Like shoot around practice, pre-game locker room, post-game locker room. It was about as energetic as you could get. And I was like, I've seen enough, right? Shut this down and let's go play this basketball game. Then, we had to wait 3.5 hours.
You said the other night you were going to change your approach. What did you do different tonight?
I don't know about anything tonight. Right? It was more of like how we approached our team, right? How we treated each other as teammates, how we respected the Notre Dame jersey, the Notre Dame tradition, the guys that were passed, like that. That's what it was. And like I said, I failed these guys in the foundation. Right? You to have a good culture, you got to constantly reinforce it. You got to constantly talk about it. And I didn't do that for them. And this is like, we're trying to build this program to last. Right? We're trying to build this to be sustainable for a long time. And if your foundation isn't good, then at some point in time it's going to crumble. And, I don't know that, like, I don't know if I necessarily want to remember this, but, we sat in there as coaches for a long time after the game, and we were like, at some point in time, way down the line, we're going to remember December the 19th, 2023, because it changed how we approached really everything. It reinforced what we should be approaching.
Micah, you mentioned togetherness. The players mentioned togetherness. What's the next step?
It's constant. It's constant, right? We can't win this game, go home for Christmas, and forget everything we talked about, right? It's almost like remember the Titans or something, right? Remember when they left camp, and then he's like, don't forget everything that we were, like that's what it is. But that's what we did already. It's what we did already. There's things like technical things we needed to do, but there was nothing technical about that game against the Citadel. We just folded under the pressure, right? Because we didn't have anything to stand on. We didn't have anything to fall back on, right? And that's what I said. Like that was 100% on me. But like I love the way that these guys responded. They picked each other up, right? And like there's still moments. We're still young. I still watch that game and I'm like, gosh, we're young. Like we make young mistakes and everything else. But we were holding each other accountable. We were, if something happened during that game, then guys were coming back to the huddle and talking about it. But they were looking each other in the eye and saying it the right way and accepting it the right way. And that's what you can do when you trust the guy next to you, when you respect the guy next to you. You're willing to fight for the guy next to you.
Micah, how does a win in a timely moment like this help that foundation, as you said, grow?
Yeah, you know what? Like, losing would have really sucked, but we also would have kept doing what we were doing, right? Like, I realized that. It helps reinforce it, like how you feel, right? How you come in, the joy that you come into the building with, right? The reason why we're doing certain things, it helps you in that area, and it selfish reasons, right? Like everybody across the country wants to win this last game before Christmas, because I can tell you this right now, I'd be a miserable person for the next 3 days. So my wife and kids really, really appreciated this, I'm sure. Christmas presents just got a lot better. I can tell you that much.
Anything else?
Coach, can you talk a little about Marcus' performance there? He, obviously really effective in the lane.
Yeah, we were talking really, like this is a team, and people guard you in different ways. One of the things that they're really good at not letting you get to the rim. When you get into the paint, they really come over and attack the ball from the low side, but they also don't help anything outside on the perimeter. So if you start to drive, it's not like, we played the Citadel, we played Miami, Western Michigan. If you drive it in any direction, the next guy is running over to stop the ball, right? Where we could move it, we could spray it, we could do certain things. These guys weren't going to. So we had to really attack the paint, but have patience at the rim. And that's where I thought, challenged them at halftime. We had 4 free throws. I was like, we should have 14 free throws in the second half. And I think, we ended up with 16, but some of those were fouls at the end, right? Maybe 4 to 6, but still we shot 10 at least. Yeah, so just having the patience. I think seeing guys get in there, play off 2 feet. The first half we got in there and we tried some acrobatic shots that we didn't need to. Where just simply if we'd have played off 2 feet, they're jumping at everything, right? We're prepared for that. We've watched it. Now we got to execute it. And I thought Marcus took to that in the second half of getting in there, playing off 2 feet, pivoting, got guys in the air, got to the free throw line some. And that's where you see his growth as a player and as a point guard. And he's gonna keep getting better. And there's small areas that we're gonna keep staying on him about to keep growing. But he comes back and with a positive attitude every single time.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yep. You guys have a Merry Christmas, man. Yeah. Yep.